And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome everybody into this 326th episode of Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Duario, your host. As always, we're joined by the Beanied One, Gerard Barrera.
300 episode.
326.
That is 326. That is awesome.
Bro,
that is
you know what that
awesome,
means?
and that is super cool. That just means how big of nerds we are. And hey,
Yeah.
what's up, nerds? Thank you for joining.
No, what that really means is that if you listen to our show one episode a day, it would take you 11 months to finish.
Yeah, pretty much. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the babyface one, Theo Walski.
With Mr. Gerard wearing some Captain America, but are you Sam Smith or original Cap or
As in
yourself?
what? I mean,
Captain America, sir. Captain America.
Yeah, you're wearing the shirt. Are you Steve
Well, yeah.
Rogers?
Steve Rogers,
well,
Sam
Steve,
Wilson.
I mean, OG. Steve Rogers.
Are we
is
talking?
always
Or are we
Captain
talking?
America.
Or are we talking
But
Kmart
who
version?
is Cap right now? Cap right now
Well,
is
Cap
Sam,
right now is Sam
Sam
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah. I did recently learn that I didn't know in the comics that Winter Soldier once donned.
Yeah, so that was
did.
that was a different
title.
run. Yeah, that was an alternate run, opposed to Sam Wilson taking the helm. Bucky took the helm in a different run. Yeah,
I would still like
and
to
he
see
he
that.
was a
And,
different kind of Cap. He was
and,
a different kind of Cap.
Joining us is our maitre d' services, the man with the couch, the myth, the legend, the man, the lion's mane, Jason Belidio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going? I made it just in time. I thought I was
Right?
going to miss the introductions. It didn't. So,
I had to make sure I
perfectly
annoyed
late.
you right away with Marvel, dude.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm good for.
who's the Kmart version of Captain America for the Thunderbolts?
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent, but
Yeah.
what's his name?
You know who I'm talking about. It's
Yeah,
Oh.
but what's the character name?
yeah. Anyways,
All right, anyways.
Russell's kid. Anyways, we
Yeah.
can start
Yes.
calling. We could just
I
call.
keep forgetting that he's Kurt Russell's kid.
It's Wyatt Russell.
Right.
See, I know his name, but I
Dude,
forget his name.
well,
I
then-
forget the character's name.
yeah, the character.
real quick. Right, and then you've got Lewis Pullman, who is the son
Oh, dude.
Of
Yeah,
Bill
what
Pullman
a generational cast.
from
Bill
Independence
Pullman's
Day,
kid.
right?
Right.
And what's funny is I saw an interview with him. He plays Bob in Top Gun Maverick,
Yes.
and he
Yeah.
plays
He's
Bob,
Bob
in Thunderbolts.
this,
In
which is
Thunderbolts,
awesome.
Yeah. John Walker. John Walker.
Yeah, John
Oh,
Walker.
thank you.
Yeah,
No.
we'll just start calling Jerry U.S. agent.
No.
No, he's Kmart Captain America.
Shit!
Oh,
He's
wow. That hurt. That
Damn.
that cut. Wow. Ugh.
Wow.
He gets Kmart. He don't even get Costco's.
I'm gonna need
He's
a
not
couple
Costco's
stitches.
Captain
What
America.
about Big
he's
Lots?
Kmart.
Oh,
I
wow,
mean-
I'm not even worthy for Costco.
Nope.
Is he
that
worthy of
hurts.
Big
Okay.
Lots?
Wow. Wow, we're
ooh.
just gonna keep piling on. That's
I feel like
great.
that's a matter of opinion,
Big
though,
Lots.
because in my mind, Big Lots is still slightly better than
I
Kmart.
still don't get Big Lots.
Big Lots still
Okay.
exists.
What about
Kmart does
barely? No, Kmart still
Kmart's
exists in
barely
a couple
around.
places.
Kmart's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Lots, no.
What about KB Toys?
Ah. We don't need to
Okay,
keep
that
going.
doesn't exist.
We're good. KB.
Okay, we'll
Toys.
give you
They're not
we'll give you
even
Toys
around.
R Us. How about that? It's
I'll
coming
take
out.
They're
Toys-
back.
Hey, that's
Dude,
hey,
they're
Toys
coming
R Us
back.
was
Phoenix,
they're
legendary.
coming
I'll
back.
take Toys R Us. That was legendary. Talking about lion myth legend shit. Damn.
You're welcome.
think he-
Kmart.
He would barely qualify for Hollywood Video.
Oh my god! I remember Hollywood Video.
Well, I do remember. Yeah, Blockbuster was the cream of the crop. They had all the premium
Yes,
rentals.
we were.
Yeah, Hollywood
What-
Video. You were. It was a pizza night, and reruns. Hey, let's watch this movie again. Yeah, I got $2. $2 for a rental. Yeah, They had good specials.
You
I
know
remember
what?
they had
He
good
can be the
specials.
Jack in the Box version of.
God, you suck.
I don't mind Jack in the Box.
Dude, they're closing. They're closing a lot of their locations.
Yeah,
so
they are. Everything's
They're-
closing a
but
lot
they're
of
also
Yeah.
like
locations.
that
Del
last
Taco.
minute.
You know, he can be
choice.
Del Taco Captain America.
Shut your face. You shut your face.
I would at least give him
Right
John's Tacos over Del Taco.
Taco John.
Yeah, Taco John.
No.
Sorry.
One thing I will say is everybody loves a taco.
Taco.
Mm,
Tacos. That
I
depends.
prefer
You should stop
burritos over
saying. You should stop saying
tacos.
taco. Okay.
Okay.
I prefer burritos over tacos.
You damn right you do. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit. Wow. All right. How's everyone doing?
That's long and thick burritos, sir. Long and thick burritos.
Oh Lord, it's one of those nights. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Besides me, I'm
Good.
molting.
Bro, this week is already feeling so long.
Yeah.
I'm good. Just cracking away, just working.
Working.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel
Got to
feel
pick
like,
up a few shifts, but and yeah, just been working.
feel like we need to get back to finding Jerry and Jason jobs that they'll hate so that they're on the same page as us.
Oh, bro.
I don't hate my job though. Like I don't hate.
Oh no,
my
no,
job.
Jason,
Okay, a more
Jason-
stressful
Jason
job. How
is
about
melancholy and jaded. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I am just like I'm okay.
that? You still like it better than any of us.
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Had a good
I
day.
mean,
Strong day. Strong day
I
today.
like my job. Like I just have bad days sometimes. Like everybody does with their job.
Like every week, though.
Yeah.
Well, I am the firehouse, so
Thank you
But-
for putting Firehouse subs in my mind now. Now I'm hungry.
dude, that's another branch that keeps closing stores and stuff. The one here
That's
in town,
a
Their
bummer. They got
but
some
their
good
quality
stuff.
has gone down.
yeah,
Has it?
yeah, it has.
Man. That was my go-to spot in Arizona. They had good stuff. They had good sandwiches.
Yeah, but now we go to a much better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Potbelly Snarfs.
Oh, Nick's.
Oh, Nick's. Okay.
But I do. I'll go to
You know,
Pop- I
every
love
time that we've gone
Potbelly's.
to Nick's, I haven't once eaten a sandwich there.
It's always a breakfast.
It's always a breakfast burrito.
That's true.
I have not once.
I'm
had
the
a
only one
sandwich
that's gotten a
there.
sandwich, really,
The-
most of the time.
there-
when we go there.
I think you had like a
even
turkey
believe-
club once or something.
I get the turkey
I
club. on
even
Ryan
believe
there.
there were times where like I think I was gonna take you to the airport or something, and like we had time for lunch. You still went for the burrito.
Sure did.
Instead of like, are
Sure did.
you want to do a sandwich
But,
or something? Like you like nope.
Nope.
Like all right,
Breakfast,
yeah,
man.
you knew what you want. Yeah.
They serve it all
And
day.
it
I'm
always-
used to it.
deny
and there was always
breakfast, man.
leftovers. Like yeah,
All right.
Like it's the one meal you can have any time of the day. Like breakfast, yeah. down.
Technically, you can have any meal
I mean,
anytime.
can you have
of
a steak?
the
Can
day.
you have a steak at like 5 in the morning? You
Hey,
know?
Country
You know
fried
what?
steak,
Oh, yeah.
sir? That is a
no,
steak.
no. So
No,
just-
hold on.
Oh, dude, some of the
McDonald's
best steak and
McDonald's
eggs,
has
bro.
a breakfast bagel sandwich that has steak. So yes, you can have steak for breakfast.
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
just,
but it's
you
in a
just make me
breakfast
a
bagel.
no.
See,
You just
like,
make me a
you
flank
can't-
steak, grilled
Bro,
steak.
go to
and a
Denny's and
couple
have
of
country
eggs.
fried steak or IHOP at country
Best
fried
breakfast,
steak.
dude.
Oh my!
Oh,
Lord.
yeah.
All right, we're already going off rails tonight.
You're welcome.
Buttered pan fried steak, a couple of eggs, maybe some avocado. Boom. That's it.
You
Let's-
lost me with avocado,
Yeah, you did too.
especially
Let's-
with steak. Mm,
Yeah. Oh,
maybe with eggs.
So let's
but-
kind of get into
Yeah,
this,
the eggs.
real quick. So we got a lot to talk
We're all
about. We had,
together.
in our pre-show, we talked about some things that honestly we should probably talk about too. Is some news coming out of the Nintendo camp? Let's just
Oh yeah.
so disappointing.
you know what? So the controversy about the whole sharing games.
it's rough.
No offense, you didn't pay attention. Like
I mean,
it
I mean,
even
they did
yeah.
announce it. Yes, it's like
they did announce it. Yeah, I mean,
literally
it was
having
in the
game
announcement.
borrowed,
Like,
but
yeah.
but I think I think
I mean, it's
People
such
are
a
starting to
it's such a
realize, like-
change because
But
I don't
when
know.
you
I
do
don't
it,
know
though-
if it's, but I don't know if it's true if they're ending the whole. If you if you share it across your family, like, isn't there a way right now where like if you put it on your account and you log into your account on multiple switches, you can still play your digital game, so you're kind of sharing, or no?
No, you have to be logged out of the other system.
Oh, okay.
So, but even then, like, because we've been abusing game share in this household, um, currently my kids are on, what are they playing? Smash Brothers on one Switch and Mario
Okay.
Wonders on the other Switch right now. But it literally says when you sync up your systems,
Mm-hmm.
it says, "Do you want to borrow this game?"
Okay.
Okay. So to any person that, really thinks about it, borrowing a game, okay? If I have a physical copy and I'm going to let one of you borrow the game, is that game going to be in my possession anymore?
Yes.
No, because
No.
I'm loaning
Well,
it out to you.
in theory, giving being the digital game, yes, but
The physical
you're
copy.
saying,
No, if I loan you, Jerry, if I say,
yeah,
"Here's my
No,
physical
in the
copy of Mario
hypothetical,
Wonder," you're
uh-huh,
taking my
he
physical
doesn't.
copy.
Matt doesn't get to
right,
play it as
I don't
long
get
as
to
you
play
have it.
it.
Yes.
So it's the same
right,
thing.
right.
It's
But you're saying in relation to like allowing like renting someone to the digital copy,
Yeah,
yeah, but
digital card
he's
I'm
making
feature,
the analogy that it's the same thing.
yeah, it's the same
right?
thing. And that's what
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like I don't get is like it people are up in arms. It's like, well, I should be able to loan out a digital copy to somebody and still play. No, that's not how
Which is
that
really
works.
strange because like every outlet that we saw immediately after that announcement, they're like, "Oh my God, this is amazing."
I can understand how it can be misinterpreted though, but maybe like not to this
No, you
degree.
can't.
But uh I mean, it sucks that like it's a doozy that like Nintendo has to deal with it. That people just didn't really pay attention and thought one thing and it meant another. So that certainly sucks, and they have to pivot and y- you know for a company, what do they have to? What do they do? Like, do they try and like appease or?
Okay, hold on.
Like, do they
I
continue
mean,
like to
it's not
like
like
maybe like
Can
send
I
a
ask about the
clarification?
I'm gonna kind of go out there with this. Can I ask about the literacy of some of the people that are complaining about this? Because
Hmm. Hmm.
when
Hmm.
it goes,
Literacy
I have
people.
my Switch pulled up right here, okay? And it says lend to family member group. Okay. What does
Okay.
it mean when you're going to lend something to somebody? You give them that thing. It then says you can lend virtual game cards out to members of the family group. Um, your Nintendo account is in for up to 14 days. Select a user to lend to. That doesn't mean you get to keep playing the game along with somebody else playing the game. It's I think it's people making a whole bunch of noise about something because everybody needs to be pissed off at Nintendo about something lately. But I will say this, the new terms and service agreement, that I would be pissed about,
I would say
as
that one's the
everybody
bigger
is.
doozy.
which is
That one's
We'll give our listeners some context on this, at
so here's
yeah.
the
least.
context. They recently updated their terms of service agreement. And in that, it says that basically if you are caught pirating software via your Switch, or you are making modifications to it, even if that means the Joy-Con broke, you're going in to repair the Joy-Con, right? You do any of that stuff, Nintendo can literally brick your Switch too.
But that same goes for what I did to my Switch, which I put in on a kit that changed the color. I replaced the faces of everything,
Correct.
which required taking it apart.
Oh,
So if you
yeah.
do any quote unquote modifications to your system, Nintendo now is saying they have the right to brick your system, which means your nice shiny $500 Switch 2 just became a $500 paperweight.
Yep.
And I guess it's also in the user agreement or what have you that in doing so there would be no contesting it or anything
Correct.
like that. You
Well,
can't ask for a new one
that's with
or
anything,
or a
not
replacement.
only with
Yeah.
bricking it. You cannot sue Nintendo
Yeah.
Yes.
ever because you're agreeing to their terms and services,
Correct.
and
And
and it's up to Nintendo to decide whether or not they're in the wrong.
And on top of that, they literally say in the new terms and conditions that you are understanding that Nintendo is licensing you the ability to play their games, whether it is a physical cartridge or a digital.
Yes, the license keys are physical.
Correct. So,
Well,
you know what
See, now
though?
I thought before we had received word that only some games would be the license key is physical and some games would
No, no,
be
no. So
fully
take
on
that part.
physical.
So that's the game keys. This is the license, which means that any game that you play, right? When you fire up a physical copy or a digital copy, it says this is licensed to you by the developer. Okay. PlayStation
Hmm.
has the same thing, Xbox has the same thing, Nintendo has the same thing. This is why the whole argument of physical versus digital is BS because it's just a license key on the physical disc. They're just saying that at any given time, they can revoke it because they are the ones that are licensing you the ability to use their console to play said games.
So that just makes it sound like you're renting hardware
Correct.
from Nintendo, but you never get your money back by returning it,
Which
or you
is
have no ability to return it.
essentially, yeah.
which is where the whole thing about bricking the system is. It's that hand in hand thing. Is that you're, if you're going to go and mod their system or use it for piracy, they have the ability to pull the license agreement for that Switch console
Hmm.
and brick it. So, just saying, you know, I, I'm glad that PlayStation hasn't done something like that because of everyone. Well, I
Well, I
mean, but when you
mean,
think about it, right? Go ahead, Jay.
go ahead. No,
Oh,
it's all about that voiding the warranty thing for everything. Like you break it apart, you void the warranty, you know. Like I don't see Nintendo like actively. I mean, if they actively do it, that's one thing, but at the same time, you're modding it for like what reasons? You're trying to bypass license key, you're trying to get stuff for free. I mean, nobody
Not
wants that.
always.
I mean, not always.
Well, I think
Like
it's
for you,
also in
Theo, you know, you
regards
had
to
to break it
like,
apart
well,
to
Yeah, I had to break it
put on
apart,
the
but I mean,
plates.
what was
But
also
imagine if
specifically
they weren't.
mentioned was, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just imagine if they weren't smart and had their upgradable memory external, and you had to open it like a
correct.
PS5, where you had to do it internal,
And
and
that's where
they
I was going
made
with
this
mine.
agreement, and then you're by guarantee to void the warranty because you opened it to upgrade your amount of space.
I mean, that's the thing is like I'm glad PlayStation hasn't gone that route because you got to pop the covers, to
Well,
install
I was also going to
new
mention that
new
they
storage.
Nintendo also mentioned replacements or fixes as opposed to modding. So because of the old Joy-Con
The drift problem.
the drift problem, right?
Well, they had you
A
send it
lot of
in, and
people, well,
Mhm.
some people couldn't send them in, and some people just got them fixed.
Some
But
people just did it themselves.
right,
yeah,
and
but it wasn't Nintendo that told them to open it up and fix it.
no,
So.
no,
Yeah.
which
So
which I understand why they are specific. They specifically mentioned, even fixes like they mentioned
yeah, I think
the
it's
drift. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a murky thing for them to wade into, right? And
but I also think they were covering all their bases
oh yeah,
this time.
they're absolutely covering their bases this time. But I
But
think it
I still don't agree with the bricking, like the bricking issue. I really don't agree with that.
yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I don't agree with as well. So we'll see what happens. They may see just, that there's enough bad press from this decision that they may have to reverse it.
I would say, if
Um,
anything, that you're breaking the terms and services and they quote unquote brick it, you should still have the ability to return it to Nintendo and get your money back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you're just
But-
essentially banned from buying their stuff again, which still
Now-
isn't a good business model, but still.
Oh, that sucks.
that would suck because there's some of my favorite
like-
franchises.
Well, I mean,
on
there's-
Because I
Nintendo.
would like. I
But you
want to
gotta
buy
admit,
another one.
there are other places that do that. Like, WoW, if you're cheating, you get banned. You're banned forever, and you just can't use their services. So certainly banning is a thing out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But now the other thing with Nintendo and Xbox, right, is that we know they raise their prices on the accessories for Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox for the consoles because the Chinese tariffs were at 143%, 145%. It was announced
now
that
changing.
that's being dropped to 30% on a tariff.
Oh,
Do you think we see prices get lowered, or are they
Yeah.
just going to stay?
They're gonna stay.
At launch, I don't think they're gonna stay.
They're
I
gonna stay.
think because those tariffs aren't necessarily going to see an effect right away. It's going to take years for that to happen, especially since the current tariff with China, I believe, is still
No, it was up to
110.
It was 145% as of the first of the month.
Right.
And now, as of today, it has been lowered to 30%.
It's gonna stay. It's gonna stay.
I think
I-
it'll stay.
I don't see.
I think it will remain what they announced for MSRP.
Yeah,
I think that will be the price that we get.
well, and I think the $100 increase for Microsoft, I don't see them backpedaling on that one. I think that's going to be. I think that's going to stay.
Nah, I think they'll lower those prices.
If they don't have any sale. Well, they already don't have any console sales right now.
I mean, that's their
Um,
only hope, is to lower prices in order to get sales. Because they're certainly not putting out content that's worth it.
Yeah, and I think, but I think though I think there's so much volatility right now with how these tariffs have been working. I don't think they lower them. I think they just stay where they're at and be like, hey,
Money
at
in our
this point,
pocket.
we can't
Well,
we can't keep
now
balancing the prices because
people are also at some people are at a standstill of what the kind of decision they want to make in the purchasing side because they're questioning like what's going on, and two, they're just fearful of like how much everything's going to be. It's so you're also kind of fighting the fear mongering.
I don't completely follow.
I'm talking for people from a purchasing side, like how
So what
they're kind of feeling on that.
so what I think
By the
Jerry
tariffs.
kinda, let me clarify this and tell me if I'm wrong or not on this one. Is this that because the tariffs are bouncing back and forth, people don't know whether or not to spend their money on anything right now or
Right.
hold it in their pockets, because
Correct.
one day it's 145%, so the prices are going to be higher. Next day it's 30%, so it's going to be lower. Like
They're
when do
hearing
you
one
buy,
thing
when do you
and
hide,
another.
like,
Correct.
So I would actually go the opposite, that they would be seeing lower prices. So if they were to lower it, you're gonna make it warranted to keep the prices to where they're at. Because if you lower the prices, people are just gonna buy it up because out of fear that it's gonna go back up. And because the demand is so high, the prices are gonna go up because the supply isn't there. So I would disagree that they wouldn't hold out on buying. I think that they would eat it up if they lowered it because of
and
the
they
tariffs.
may, but I think the problem that you're going to have is when can they do it? Because you've already bought a shipload of
I-
goods. at
I would
one
say like
price.
if it was if this was going on a few years ago, I think they would have. I think people would have just bought them up. The problem is, I think there's too much um naysaying to where people are questioning it that much. Well, they just can't make a decision. Where it genuinely feels like they are questioning whether or not they want to do it. They want to wait, or you know what? I'm going to buy it now. Like,
You
I'm
know, and I think
seeing.
one of those things is like you look at,
Are you talking
somebody.
about like existing products or products coming out, like the Switch? It's like I can understand with Switch, like we don't know what's going to happen with price
I'm
or
saying with
anything,
existing
and I want to
products.
wait.
I would say with existing products. In regards to the Switch 2, yeah,
They
I don't
already
know.
decided they were eating the tariff on the consoles.
Right.
You know, um,
The question there,
Which
are they
now
going
isn't
to continue
isn't
doing it,
anything.
or is this for a limited time?
and that's the big thing because there was a pause put on it for like 30 or 90 days, one of the two.
90 days, yeah.
But like as a company, like if I'm gonna put myself in Microsoft shoes, right? I ordered a bunch of consoles to be shipped in to the States from China, and I had to pay the 145% tariff. Okay. That ship has already, it's left and gotten here, whatever.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden that tariff is lower. What am I supposed to do? Do you want me to have an entire shipload of goods that I'm supposed to now eat that entire tariff on?
That you paid at that premium
And then I'm
price
gonna have to turn around and say,
of
"Oh,
the
okay,
tariff.
guess what? Now all these that are on the shelf, I've got to keep an eye on these to make sure that I sell through everything that I ordered on that ship, and then I'll lower my prices."
Yeah,
Like I
but
think that's
but
the
you're potentially extending how long those things stay on the shelf. So you'd have no reason to ship more, and you're not going to be selling more items.
but I'm a greedy corporation. I want my money.
If I'm a greeting corporation, I want shit to sell. So I'm
Yeah,
going to lower my price
exactly.
so that way I can sell. And then because I don't, I'm not going to be wasting money because like I have contracts with manufacturing companies that need to be doing a certain quota every month in order to put out because I'm not going to
Yeah,
be changing my numbers with a
I
manufacturer every
think
month just because of my sales. The manufacturing company is not going to want that either. So I have to output and sell the same amount, if not more, every damn month. And in order to do that, I need stuff flying off the shelf.
I think the smartest thing that PlayStation did was not change their prices because now they don't have egg on their
For
face.
now,
I
Yeah,
mean, for
for now.
now, right?
and
But
until we're in the era of $80 video games, but
if
still.
Microsoft starts
It's I mean
selling, go ahead, Jay.
Microsoft's not gonna it's not gonna drop the price. No, no way, no how. You know, everyone were like, oh, it's gonna like the tariffs now. No, it's been
I don't
decided.
it
It's been
I
given.
still think it's going to be back to MSRP for everything. I don't think anything's going to go lower than MSRP when it was released
Yeah.
or
I
announced.
no, I mean like I think that the hikes because of the tariffs they're gonna go through, and once they're gonna go through, that's what they're gonna stay at. You know,
Mm.
why like they're gonna you have the inventory to do it. You already put in all this like that you're gonna do it, and then you're gonna renege. That doesn't make you look like a strong company. It looks like you look weak that way. And on
I don't
top of
know
it
because
too, if people are still gonna buy it, which people are,
yeah,
that there still are, you still get that extra, let's say 100 per unit.
well,
Whether or not
but
it's towards
who's to
whether or
say
not
they
it's towards
imported the
the
same number
tariff.
of items because of the
Well,
tariff?
this
Because they
and
couldn't afford it, so they have to
think of it
reduce the
think of
amount
it
of items, right?
yeah, but I mean you think of it as people who play games who are, let's say, addicted to it, it's the same thing with the, like, not gonna lie to you, and it's weird saying it, but it's the same thing like the cigarette industry here in California. There
Yeah.
was a gigantic, like 200% uh
Nicotine
like a
tax and
200
everything. Yeah.
nicotine tax.
Wow.
Like it was astronomical, and everyone was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, like what the heck? Nobody's gonna buy cigarettes anymore." And it went up from like roughly like $5 a pack to $9 a pack.
I'm sure people thought, oh, it's not going to go to the
It's
consumer. It's
it's
going to go to the
I mean it's not
companies.
it's gonna go down. It's going to go down, or it's gonna, oh, it's going, no, now it's a lot, like now it's coming up on 10.50 a pack, and that's just in California. Granted, there are other places like in the United States that are bigger than
It's
that,
around
and
there in
people
Colorado
still,
too.
yeah,
Oh, it's
people
On
still
terrible.
buy it.
on average.
Yeah, and it's has it gone down at all? No. Has like everything else gone down, like the tariff or like the whatever stipend that they lost out on initially? Yeah, that's way gone. They've made so much money off it already, and it's an addiction. We have a gaming addiction a little bit. We like playing games, and
The only stipulation I say against that as a viable argument is because it's a lot cheaper to produce cigarettes than it is video games. There's a lot more return on cigarettes than it is for
yeah,
video
but
games.
the fact of the matter is that there's never once been like, oh, you know what? We're gonna reduce our prices, once people keep buying it at, video games used to be $40, then it was $50. Now
Yep.
it's coming up on 80. And has it gone down? Yeah, on Black Friday, which, I always shop.
I was gonna say
Picks every
we're
time of
talking
the
to the guy
year.
that only buys them when
So
they're
The
lower.
big day, baby. The big
Yeah,
yeah.
day.
yeah. So I mean, like that's the only time it goes lower, or if it takes like 4 years, because then they're like,
Mhm.
okay, they're trying to like just liquidate whatever units they have.
Right.
But Nintendo never really lowers its prices. Breath of the Wild is still
Yeah.
$60,
In
and it's been out
physical
how many
or
years?
digital?
Physical.
Because digital never goes down anywhere.
Yeah.
No, digital goes on sale a bit with
On
Nintendo.
sale. Sale is different
Yeah.
than,
Right.
But
Right.
not ever real permanently.
yeah.
So,
So I mean,
um,
like, yeah, Nintendo is a super greedy company, but they're like, oh, okay. They're not changing their prices.
everybody
So
pays it.
like
So,
so everybody pays
all
it.
right.
So nobody so as soon as it comes out and people buy it and pay for it that price, not gonna go down.
So let's talk about the fight for democracy,
Hmm.
Jerry.
Jesus.
Oh, the boys.
The boys.
So it was announced today. Helldivers 2 Illuminate is
Oh
here.
my God.
So the
Wait.
newest DLC.
Wait. Go back. Go back. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be pronounced Illuminati.
Yeah, it is.
Or
Uh,
illuminate.
it's
Illuminate.
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 Do they call the do they call them Illuminate in the game, Jerry?
No, they're
But if you're thinking
the
like the group, the Illuminati, play on words, it's still way different. The way that it's spelled is illuminate.
Yeah.
Um,
If they really expect people
huh.
to just call it Illuminati, they need to work on their marketing.
yeah.
I think it may have something
What are
to
you
do
looking for?
with
I was looking up
the,
to see
the
where
villains, though.
Where you heard it?
the Illuminati. No, the actually like the
Because
Illuminati.
they're called the Luminants, right? Or no,
Are-
the
You would know. You play the game.
yeah, I forgot the name
Okay, if
of
they're
it.
the Illuminates, whatever. Illuminati illuminates.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyways,
I did see
Whatever.
this trailer. It's pretty cool because now finally you can truly customize your gun. Like
yeah.
to a degree, like your recoil, your burst, your damage. You
Okay,
can
I
even
gotta ask
gain.
a question. Seriously, I'm looking at this picture, right, of this gun. That reminds me of the battle rifle from Halo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
oh
does.
dude, there's a lot of influence from this and Killzone,
Yeah.
old school Killzone.
Okay.
But you can, I mean, I will say this, you are getting to do your attachments and everything, which is kind of nice.
Oh,
Um, you're getting um new themes for your car,
adding stuff to war bonds, yeah.
new war bonds.
The Megastore that needs a huge overhaul. Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
So you've got that coming. But the other announcement we did not really get to talk about last week. We touched on it a little bit while Theo was in chat, but
Heyo.
You do have Destiny 2 Prophecy.
Oh,
You're the
Star
prophecy.
Edge of
Wars.
Fate. Edge of
Yep.
Star
Fate.
Wars.
You're getting Edge of Fate and you're getting Renegades.
It looks so cool.
Renegades.
Um,
Yes.
I'm also.
so
Lightsabers.
I think I'm with you. I'm not big on the Vader and Grievous sets. I like the
I like the Grievous set.
really the Grievous set looks too boxy to me. I
Oh,
like
it's not.
I
It's
like
not
the
boxy.
OG inspired armors from the collab armors are cool.
I mean, I do like the trailer they did for Renegade.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was super cool.
there's we're getting lightsabers,
Yeah.
which
Which
that
I saw a story that says that this is the first game to ever get the license to put lightsabers in the game.
no, Fortnite's got
It
it.
I heard Fortnite doesn't have lightsabers.
yeah,
Yeah, they
It
do.
does?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Fortnite lightsabers. Uh, yeah.
Hmm.
An adult. Yeah, so they've got them.
But it's only
They've
a
got.
pickaxe.
I mean, I guess it's a skin. No,
Oh
it's a
no, it's a
melee
melee
weapon.
weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Um, you have to train by holograms, defeating Darth Vader, or killing players who already have one. That's how you get it. But I think it's just cool that we're getting lightsabers in Destiny.
Damn
Um,
straight.
because the sword was one of my special weapons that I used to use. So, um, so let's go over to, the actual Bungie page where they do the recap and everything. So you're the prophecy. So you're getting July 15th, you're getting Edge of Fate. In December 2nd, you're getting Renegades. Um, different stuff getting added on, weapons, stories, etc. They did at least give this a breakdown, right? So
Yes.
Right of the Nine, which released last week, is available for all. Destiny, Edge of Fate will be a paid DLC. Core game updates available for all. Ash and Iron available for all. Renegades is paid, and then Shadow and Order is going to be available for all come the 3rd of March.
Yes, and they are doing away with these episodes, which is amazing, and getting rid of the season
Yep.
releases.
So yeah, so you're getting,
So
you've got some tower updates. Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
so as our resident player, Theo, have you tried anything out? Have you tried any of these new updates yet, or have they come out for you yet?
So they're out, and I've loaded it back up, but I have not fully tested things.
Gameplay.
Primarily because, um, out of preference, I haven't played any of this season, so I've kind of like been trying to get back up to where I should be for Rite of Nine, especially
Mm,
like power wise and stuff. So I'm kind of going through this current season fresh.
okay. Okay. Cool.
But otherwise, I have the Star Wars things because I pre-ordered Edge of Fate. So I have Grievous on my Hunter right now. And I think it looks awesome.
Okay. Maybe it looks.
It
Maybe
Is
maybe
it-
it just
it
looks
looks more
different from the
sharp.
trailer.
It looks more sharp to me
Oh, okay. Maybe
than
it's better
boxy.
closer up than in the trailer makes him look boxy a little bit.
Vader looks boxy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this point, would you say where they're at right now, is it worth somebody getting back into Destiny if they've been out of it for a while?
No. If they
No.
like
No.
even though I've been out for like 3 months ish. Yeah,
Yep.
3 months. It's not overwhelmingly exciting right now. There's certainly some great things that are happening with some minor changes, like especially the mech aspect of it, which got released last week, which is pretty fun. But the things to be excited for are like Armor 3.0 and the Guns 3.0 and the new story. So I would end up saying if it's been quite a while, just wait for it to come out on June 15th and
So
then
would you
start from
say like
there.
it's a standard like strong release, or is it kind of lackluster?
Well, I mean, with Ride of Nine, it's not a major release. It's a quick add-on because
Okay.
it's not like their current thing, which is episodes and seasons and stuff like that. It's an add-on to the current season that is in its
Okay.
13th week now. So it's just kind of adding on and just giving additional things to it. And if you're just hopping on and you're doing this add-on, granted it's free for players, so maybe a free thing, go for it because you won't have to deal with the episodes and stuff. But you're then still limited on really what you're going to be able to play. It's like you're going to be stuck with just like the strikes or some PvP, some Gambit. You don't really get
Mhm.
to do the story missions unless you're doing a very beginner story mission. Um, the and doing the explore, I think personally gets really boring and repetitive when you're just doing little side quests all the time. So I mean, it's certainly a way to get a good taste of things, but you're still rather limited. And I don't think at this point right now it would be worth it to get any of the previous expansions with the new expansion coming out.
Really? Why's that?
Because it'd be essentially like a century overload, and you'd be so far behind on stuff that it takes so you wouldn't catch up in time for July 15th, as well as over the years with the expansions, some of the content that was in
Yeah.
those expansions got archived and are no longer available. So you're kind of losing
I,
some money at the
I
same
I
think
wonder
time.
there was
how much
one
of my stuff
thing.
got archived.
Yeah,
A
there was one
lot.
thing that drove me to kind of like give it a second look see and like maybe try and continue on, and I just got overwhelmed and I was like, no, I'm done.
That
Like
was my thing.
I
Like
should stay done.
to your point, Jerry, like
Yeah.
because I hadn't played it for ages, right?
Yeah.
And it just felt really overwhelming with like all the different stuff they put into it, like
And,
all
and
your
you're going to
armor mods
experience
and
that again with Edge of Fate because they're overhauling so much. So it's
Okay.
best to kind of start with that rather than get so used to, okay, I'm going to make my builds this way, or I'm going to go after this
yeah.
perk or things like that. And then it's being overhauled in just a couple months.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really overwhelming. It was like, how do I do this stuff on my weapon? Like,
Yeah.
what the
And I was
hell
like,
is
where
this?
do I
Like,
what or
what
trying to
happened to
navigate to
just
get one of those icons, and it's like in a weird corner in the third floor of the one of the areas.
Well, that's still the same.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I was just
was
talking
like, how
about
Still the
do I
same.
get there? I'm
your weapon
trying
and
to
armor
start this.
system. So,
Yeah.
um anyways, so I might download it and give it another shot and see if it's gonna do anything for me. We'll see. Um,
I
but
mean, I definitely am in belief with what was announced. It is going to be on the page of completely improving Destiny 2, like when why am I blanking on the expansion? It was the first expansion that they really did after the first year.
Wasn't
And
it
they
like Echo something?
no,
no, I don't
No.
I don't remember. It's not it was when Cade got killed.
Oh.
Wow,
Um
spoiler.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like 10 years ago pretty much.
Yeah, and also,
Um
isn't he back?
yeah, he's
joining us
back.
in the chat for the last few minutes of this episode is the one, the only Mo Chocolate.
What's up, Mo?
Hey,
Um
Mo.
but he's
Yeah,
back
What's up, dude?
in a sense of just being dead. He's still
I'm
dead.
also hyped on Death Stranding too. I already have a
yeah.
pre-order.
I'm.
I gotta say I kind of like the look of Death Stranding, and I might need to pick
It's.
up the first one just to get a
I still need to
feel.
finish the third or the first one. I only got to like the third chapter. It just didn't hit with me
Well, I mean, because
completely.
it got the nickname of what the
It was a
U.S.
UPS
Postal Service?
simulator,
Yeah,
UPS
UPS
simulator.
simulator.
Yeah.
So
you know.
I don't know.
So
I
But
got to, I got
either
to the
way, to sum it
point.
up, I say wait. If I say Edge of Fate is worth pre-ordering
dude,
and play
that
free
statue,
stuff and
that
play free
statue for the
stuff.
pre-order is pretty.
Oh, the collector's edition statue is pretty
Yes.
awesome. But I feel like if you're coming in brand new, you don't fully understand the statue though. Because I mean,
Yeah.
it certainly has some like exotics in the armors that you wouldn't really know if you were coming in brand new.
Hmm.
So that said, Thea, what you been watching? What you been playing?
I've still been majorly playing Minecraft with a little bit of MTGA and COD, and now a little bit of Destiny 2. Primarily, I've been easing myself into this new device that I got. Um,
Oh my
What?
God.
to kind of mess with
No, you didn't.
yeah, I did. So that way I could kind of improve on my
So
movement in
is that,
PC games. So
yeah,
it's the
okay, so it's the gaming one, not the typing one.
no, it's
Oh
the
my
Azeron
Lord.
Cyborg.
Oh my God, bro. You are so
It's
ridiculous.
3D printed.
What the
It's
heck is
got
that?
it so
It's a controller, bro.
it's like
But dude,
it's a keypad
but you can
replacement, but you
like,
can put your hand in
yeah, and like there's
and
what,
you
12
have
different buttons
buttons.
and shit, like
So
that's so insane.
it's essentially wraps a keyboard around your fingers, so you have five keys per finger within a motion of 2 inches
Oh my
or
God,
less.
Kids watching from home, this is what happens when you
dude.
have adult money.
It's perfect
It
example.
really is. It
I
really
want
is.
video updates. I want to see you like kill it, bro.
I mean, I'm trying to
But
get
I
used to
also
it.
want the practice aims. Are like, I want you to get frustrated too. That
I've
looks
definitely
so
gotten
complicated.
frustrated and like I suck at Destiny. Like the movement
Damn.
because like I've said many times, like I want a joystick for movement and a mouse for aim and shoot. This gives it to me, and I love that aspect. But then getting used to, okay, I'm used to using 3 fingers for movement. Now I have to use my thumb only, and now what do I do with my other fingers? And I have to figure that out.
That
I don't
thing
know
is
what to
so
do with my
insane.
hands.
Good luck,
I don't know
bro.
what to do with my hands.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well, because you have to map your keybinds in a way that makes sense to
So
you.
crazy.
So
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well,
it's like
you know
so
what?
I
It's
try
okay,
I
man.
try to meet in the middle and be like,
Yeah,
okay, I used to hit
you just
shift with
gotta
my pinky all
adjust.
the time, so maybe I put it on the pinky. Or
Mhm.
the main thing that messes me up is jump because I used to use thumb for jump with the space bar all the time, and now I
It's
can't use
definitely
that.
trial and error because I
Yeah,
mean
Yeah, very
you can
trial and error.
customize it to you. So you gotta feel it out. You gotta figure it out.
So as sad as it may sound, I've been using my Destiny 2 profile of keybinds on Minecraft so I can kind of get used to it with
That's
jump and
awesome.
sprint and switching items and stuff. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Jerry, what have you been watching and playing? I don't know how you follow the mechanical
To
hand
all
at this
those
Man.
point.
listeners out there, I hope you can feel the judgment through your
I,
speakers right now.
I wish
He is
I wish
being
I had something
massively
to
judged.
I know. I wish I had something to top that. Like, man. Well, little old
I
me,
mean,
all I
should have gone
can just
last, bro. Should have gone last.
Let me just ask, since Jerry's somewhat familiar with it, do you recall roughly how much it costs? And if you don't,
No,
I bet all of you won't guess it correctly.
I don't. Can I give a guess?
Yeah, give a guess.
All right, let's go. Let's go
350.
around.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think it's gonna be three even, three even.
Okay.
I'm going 5.
Okay.
Ooh, big time, big time. Okay.
Dang.
So technically speaking, after shipping and tax and all that stuff and conversion from uh euros to dollars.
Oh shit.
Euros to
Oh, he
dollars.
went overseas.
I
Damn
didn't.
it.
Okay, no, wait. I didn't read. I didn't read. I didn't
It's,
read. I
it's,
didn't read
it's
it.
from a
What
company
were
in
you doing?
Latvia.
That's
Actually, Jerry's the
Damn.
winner. He's
Oh.
on
No!
point. He's on point with 350.
Damn!
Dang.
Dang,
That's what
dude.
adult money buys you. Anyways.
Exactly.
All right, all right.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah, okay. So let's see. Tales of the Underworld from Disney. I finished that up. Finished all of Yellowstone. Holy crap, so good. Um Rewatching
Show Yellowstone?
Mhm.
yeah, the show Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
Um
I finished that too.
so good.
How'd you like how they wrote
Oh, like
Costner out?
they're like pivot. I thought it was an interesting way to go about it because but it did kind of force, I feel, their hands when it came to like Jamie and the other things at the very end. But it was
Okay.
still a strong end. I just continue wondering what was their direction if Costner was still there. I wonder
Right.
what the story would have headed. But yeah, let's see that. And I'm doing a slow rewatch of Ted Lasso. I just kind of needed that right now.
Oh my God,
A
dude.
little bit of I believe, you know.
On my For You page ended up a clip from Ted Lasso. Do you remember the Christmas episode when his niece has the bad
Oh, the bad
breath?
breath. Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and he smells it for
Dude,
the
both
first time. And it's like,
reactions from the
I
yeah.
think you're dying.
I think you're dying. So good.
Okay.
And then let's see. Slowly playing my playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima, and I think I'm pretty close of finishing Last of Us. I started playing that the last couple days, and I really dove into it. So I'm close to finishing it now.
Have any of us been watching season 2?
I'm waiting.
No, ever since I start, I gotta hold off.
Okay.
I gotta hold off.
I've been
It's
waiting
hard for
to.
me.
I prefer a binge.
Yeah,
I'll just buy
like
it
that.
when it comes out.
That too, I might
Oh, okay.
wait
Yeah.
because
Because it comes out like a
know,
month after.
that
Yeah.
the
On
Joel
iTunes.
scene still like hits with me, and then the fact that it's Pedro Pascal,
Mhm.
that would just hurt, you know. So right now, I just need to. I'm gonna wait on that. But
Jay?
yeah.
Balatro. A lot of Balatro.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Bro,
You
like
told
I
me that
mean,
today.
if you take a look at how many hours I've put in since last week, like
Oh my God. I have to check this thing out. This was
that I
free,
have
right?
2 jobs. Yeah, this is the
Okay.
May month game. Knowing I have 2 jobs,
Balatro.
I sleep and somehow eat,
I
and
still
you see
play
how
this.
many hours I have
It's
on it already is uncanny. Like I've
Just
I'm
the
just
May
having
game
a lot of
for-
fun with it.
it's the May game for PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Balatro, Arc, and what was the third one? The third one was very niche.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I didn't want it.
Gotcha.
That's so funny.
It's a shooter, that's why. Oh, Warhammer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a shooter guy, so I didn't care for it.
Not
But
even
yeah,
third-person
just been
shooter?
playing. No. Shooters, like, it's just not my fun.
It's also, it's an acquired taste, I think. Like you have to be a fan as well.
Yeah,
I played it for a little bit. I tried to get into it. It was fun, but I
No, it was
For some
bolt
reason,
gun. It was bolt gun.
oh, bolt gun. Okay.
Bolt gun.
For
Yeah, isn't it
Warhammer,
Warhammer?
I feel
Warhammer.
like
No, it's not.
they
It
kind
looks
of
like
get more
Warhammer.
appeal out of the tabletop game more than the video game for
Yeah.
Warhammer, to be honest.
So Jay, I gotta say, I tried out Balatro. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, see, it is a Warhammer game, bro. Jesus.
No,
It's just a
Balatro. I'm just saying
subcategory.
Balatro. I'm just saying I
No,
tried
I'm
it.
talking
I was
about
just with a
Warhammer Bolt Gun. Like,
Oh,
it
bolt
is a
gun.
Warhammer game. God damn it.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
a Warhammer game. I did not
Yeah,
know that.
that's why I was like, yeah, I was like, it's a Warhammer game. But yeah, like, it is my cup of tea. It is just enough of like puzzle slash gambling that
I'm
just
looking at
tickles my
screenshots right now on Steam. Granted, I'm not going to buy it on Steam, but I feel like I'm getting a lot of Omaha poker
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
feel out of
It's
this.
draw poker. It's draw poker with
Okay.
caveats. That's the best way to put it.
And this was the game that was high up on
This
Game
was
Awards, wasn't it?
Yes.
a possible
Okay.
game of the year.
Yeah. It
Okay.
I can see the appeal of it for people, but it just didn't hit with me.
Hmm.
That's okay.
So that's okay.
That's
And that's
okay.
the thing is that's the great thing about gaming is
That's
that, you know,
exactly.
one person's gonna love a game, one person's not gonna love a game. So
Exactly.
but
Matt,
Matt.
okay, so I started back up on Outlaws.
crack. Oh, damn it. I thought you were going to say
No, I started back up on Outlaws and
So-
Nice,
back up on
nice.
crack.
I'm screwing with shit
Animal
on
crack.
the on Tatooine.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
I just spent time pissing off the entire Imperial base on Tatooine. Like, spent a
Nice.
couple hours just screwing around with that and trying to find stuff. Um, it's all right. I mean, it's nice to take a little bit of break and head back to it, but I'm having some fun with it again. Um,
Nice.
like I said, I did try Bellagio, just wasn't there for me. Um, still playing Star Trek Legends. I've just been
Ooh,
leveling up
sweet.
my characters. I'm trying to do everything 100% and whatnot.
Keep it
Um,
100.
yeah, I'm at level 50 on some of my characters right now.
Oh, okay.
So,
And do you have like a party that you play with?
my
Or like a
predominant crew.
There you go.
um,
Oh yeah. Who's your crew?
My predominant crew is Riker, Janeway, Bones, McCoy, and Worf.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Um,
Nice
so
diverse. Yeah, from
Bones is a healer, of course, because he's a medic.
yeah,
Worf is a tank. So like his
obviously.
when you come to him in the first round, you can basically turn on his taunt. So basically everything goes at him.
Hmm.
Then on your next round through, you can turn on counterattack. So every time he gets hit, he's countering. And then if you beef him up
Okay.
enough, he's just an absolute monster. But I use Riker and Janeway because they have multi-target hit or abilities. So Janeway's first
Oh.
ability is she can hit two different targets at random. Riker hits everybody in like a phaser spread.
Hmm.
And then Janeway, her second round ability is hitting everybody with a phaser spread. So I just basically go for board wipes. Keep them
Oh,
healed up
sweet.
and protected and just board wipe. Um,
Okay.
but then
Dope.
if I need to,
Cool strategy.
depending on the if I need to do like science or engineering, I'll swap Worf out and put Geordi in as my engineer, or I'll put Michael Burnham from Discovery in Worf's place for science for right now. But
Oh.
I just got 7 of 9 and Khan unlocked.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna play around with them. But no, I've been watching Andor. So I have gone
Nice.
through I went through all of season 1 and I am up through starting season or episode 8 on season 2, which
Oh, I didn't know
today,
it was that far already.
yeah, today marked the last, I think it's 9, 10, 11, and 12. The
How,
Oh,
last
wow.
three
how is
episodes.
season 2 so far?
I love it. And I will say this, it is the most politically charged Star Wars we've ever seen
Hmm.
because it talks
Sweet.
a lot about what was happening, what led up to,
I heard
really Rogue One.
their timing and their flow is done very well.
Oh, it's great. I
Like the
love how they're doing it
pacing
in the
Oh,
for
so you
sections.
mean politically charged within the world of Star Wars, not
Correct.
politically charged
correct.
like
Yeah.
Reality.
influencing the
But
story.
unfortunately, some of Star Wars is echoed in reality anyways, but with the tariffs, because that's some of the stuff they talk about, like taxation of the trade routes is what started the original trilogy.
Mm.
But with this one
And
though,
and
it deals with how Mon Mothma ends up leaving the Senate to lead to actually be the head of the rebellion. Um, So
And then
right now,
I guess also like the last I think 2 or 3 episodes are actually going to be a huge like starting to wheel and tie in into Rogue One.
yeah, so it ends at
Hmm.
Rogue One. So right where I'm getting right, what happens is where I'm at is the next episode, number 9, is where Mon Mothma makes her speech. That leads her to having to be evacuated from Coruscant and picked up by the Ghost in Rebels. There's an episode,
Oh,
there's the
oh,
what is it, the Golden Package or something in Rebels where they pick her up and smuggle her out.
oh, that would be
That's
sweet.
that's where I'm at right now, is she's getting ready to make the speech that
Oh
causes her to have
man,
to be
I hope,
evacuated out of
dude. I hope
Coruscant.
they show him. I hope they show him.
I don't think we see it in Andor.
Oh
That
no,
whole her getting
not
picked
even
up by the
maybe the
Ghost.
ghost or the
No,
bummer.
I don't think so. But
That'd
we'll
be cool.
see. I'll let you know because I'm going to finish
Yeah,
it hopefully in the next couple of days. So, but yeah, that's been nonstop just watching Andor. Everything start to finish. I've just been watched the whole thing because in the beginning when it first came out, it didn't resonate with me as much.
hmm
Now going back, I'm like, hey, I want to watch the whole thing, and I just binged it, and it clicks. So season
Okay.
2 is definitely better than season 1. It's gonna be sad to see it go, but I definitely want to see how it leads right into Rogue One, which is where it's supposed to end. So,
Sick.
sweet.
but anyway,
Very cool.
so
Yeah, I can't wait to
um,
see it.
with that, for everybody that kind of hung out watching this in the behind the scenes, Mo, as always, we love you, buddy. We got to get you back on here one of these days. Um, but if you like what you heard, make sure to drop us a follow here or head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Follow us on the platform of your choice there. Um, but just with everything going on, please just be excellent to each other.
That's right, everybody. We want to send out that same message. You do you, you be you. But once again, let's seize the opportunity if we see anyone in need or if anyone needs a hand. Lend out a hand. Let's just try to do and be better. And everyone just exercise, cleanliness and be safe out there. To J Rock, J Bone, that lion's mane, luscious and feathered.
I trimmed down, bro. I trimmed down.
Looks good.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it is. Hopefully everybody had a good Mother's Day. It was
Yes, and
very
happy
nice.
Mother's
Yeah.
Day.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all y'all out there.
hmm
Like I said last week, when you catch us on Sundays, it was perfect timing. Other than that, we're coming into the summer season now. It's starting to get a little bit warmer.
Gonna get
So,
hot,
sun's out, guns
hot
out.
in the hot tub.
Yes.
Get ready for that summer bod, short summer. Was it short summer?
I
You
don't
know,
know.
I
something
don't
like
know.
that. Whatever they want to say.
I don't know that
Those
saying.
youngins, those youngins.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're old.
But no, yeah, hopefully, people are graduating now, so, happy graduations to all those people out there. And as always, I get to do this because he's back. My man, Theowalski, send us out like you do. Not like Jerry, like you do.
Yeah,
Stupid.
that 0 out of 10 last week, my man. That was rough.
I'm making my own. I said it.
I mean, I gotta stick to the OG with Tigger. Come on, that's where
Just
it's
do it.
from.
All right.
Well, y'all, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta ta for now.
Good night, everybody.